All right, we're going to keep the show going. This next man is from AMC's Sherman Showcase. He's a writer and performer. He writes for everybody. He's hilarious. Y'all show some love for my guy, Rob Haze.
What's good, people? All right, that's what's up. I'm tired of defending my decision to move to California. Like, every time I talk to my friends back home in Atlanta, I got to defend California. I haven't been here long enough to know whether I like it or not. Like, I pay the same amount they do a month, but they got a front yard. They got a backyard. They got an upstairs. They got a downstairs. I just got a room in a room. That's it. Just one room in another room. That one room is so many rooms. It's a kitchen. It's a dining room. It's a family room. It's a foyer. There's so many rooms. I see them on Instagram. They'll be posting pictures like we had to take the next step. #adulting. We had to buy a house. They got a big key. I want that big key. Like, man, when you get an apartment, nobody takes a picture with you. You fill out that paperwork, then you gotta leave. I want that big key, man. Where did they put the big key? They got a whole house to figure out where they put the big key. They got rules. You go over their house. You be like, oh, yeah, everybody takes off their shoes here. Somebody ever asked you to take your shoes off and it's not a good sock day? You got a hole in your sock. You got to move that hole to the bottom. Hold on to it with your toes like this. I'm like, what's wrong with your foot? Don't worry about my foot. I stepped on something earlier. Don't worry about my foot. This place is nice. I got new furniture. You ever get on the couch? So new, you're like, if I pass gas, they gonna hear it. It's gonna bounce right off. We gotta go to the bathroom. I be jealous of the bathroom. Be all done. They got the toilet with the dreadlocks. The toilet with a little troll hair on it, to me, that's class. Like, they made it. I'm like, man, my toilet's so plain. Like, that's all I want. I want the little hair on the toilet. Like they're always like, Rob, how do you live in California? It's so expensive. Like, it's easy. I moved here from New York. At least we have space. In New York, I shared a basement with another comedian. 2 grown men separated by a curtain. You know what everything smells like when you separated by a curtain. That's what I thought I had to do to get on. Like, other comedians had doors. Some of them in our apartment. I had roommates upstairs. They'd be like, I'm going to my room. I'd be like, I'm going to my area. One of them had a dog. The dog would always be in my area. One time I left and came back, the dog was in my bed. I was like, who tucked you in? How'd that even happen? It sucked for me because I'm scared of dogs. Like, dogs know it, too. Like, you know how they say dogs can smell fear? That is real. Like, no dog trusts me. All dogs, no matter how big, how small, they all bark at me. I can't get the first pet. I just want to be able to pet a dog. Normal people, they pet a dog, it's fine. When I pet a dog, it's always, which is scary. They know something's up every time. And then I move my hand back. When you move your hand back, the dog's like, I know this game is bite the finger. I know how to play bite the finger. We about to play bite the finger. Just can't get that first pet. Be so jealous of my friends. I go over to their house. They be like, yeah, we've been watching HGTV. We decided we had to knock this wall out. I'm like, y'all knocking out walls? I could have used that wall. Times got hard in New York. I had to get a moving job. I was a terrible mover. I was a one box at a time type of dude. Like, you got to be a little delusional to be a mover. Some people, they would come to the job with the energy of, we are going to get this done as fast as possible. And I would come to the job with the energy of, I'm going to do this until somebody asks me to stop. Real friend energy. I appreciated that the money was under the table. I didn't appreciate that the whole job was under the table. There was some things there that was a little shady, scared me. Like the first day I go to talk to them about working there, I bring 2 forms of ID, because that's what you do when you start a job. I gave the guy my driver's license. He just made fun of it and gave it back. Oh, yeah, that's a goofy-ass picture right there. Like, you're not going to ask me for my social? You're not going to photocopy that or nothing? You just... I was Rob on the schedule. That's 3 letters. They didn't even know my last name. Like that. It's scary. They used to always be like, Rob, you so weak. Like, I'm not weak. I just don't have a good grip. Like, I could grab anything. I just got to put it down more frequently than other people. Like, my muscles are strong, but my grip is weak. Boxes just slide right through my hand. Like, I got soft hands. What can I say? I got sent home one day. That's embarrassing. They were like, we'd rather do this job with 2 people than 3 people. We just realized this is not a 3-man job. It's not. Here's my theory, okay? Earlier in the day, I think they thought I was young. They thought I was 18. They're like, he's going to get stronger. He's going to get better. We just keep working with him. And then a Missy song came on the radio, and I knew all the words. And they were like, this is a grown man. Like, he's got to go home. Just a weak grown man. I want to make it in comedy. They say in order for you to make it in comedy, you got to tell your story. But my story is boring as hell. Like, if I had a good story, I would have been on. Y'all would have been heard about me. I would have been on 60 Minutes or something. Like, if I had a good story, you know how many scholarships I would have gotten? I used to be on fastweb.com every day applying to scholarships. Somebody started a rumor you could get $100,000 if you apply to FastWeb scholarships. So I'd be on there telling my 2-parent household, middle-class stories. Yeah, life is tough where I grew up. Everybody didn't make it home. I brought my black Power Ranger to school. Somebody stole it. They don't want to hear that. That's not going to get you grant money. It's not. I go to church, they be like, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. I'm like, yo, God thinks I'm weak. I can't handle all this. I'm never going to get to testify. I want to get on stage, man. I want to talk to the people. If I had a good story, I probably wouldn't even be doing comedy. I'd probably be a rapper. Like my track one would be amazing. Your track one, that's where you tell people all the stuff you've been through. Like my track one would be incredible. I grew up in the street. My mom tripped on the curb when she had me. I cut my umbilical on the concrete. Like I'd have bars like that. Like from the beginning, you know, like I remember my parents got divorced. My mom was like, use that in the essays. You're going to get so many scholarships. I'm like, yeah, I come from a broken home. We don't even have cable anymore. I don't even know what's going to happen on True Blood. My first tooth I lost, I ate it. I started off different. Like, that's the only one you gotta bring home. Tooth number 1, like nobody cares about tooth number 22. Tooth number 1, people want to see that one. I started off wrong with the tooth fairy. That became my story. People come over the house, they be like, tell them what happened to your first tooth. I thought it was a piece of bread and I ate it. You guys have been wonderful. My name's Rob Haze. Appreciate it.